everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Baron Broadcast. I'm your host, Kenny Graff. I am here with my absolute beast of a co-host,
Juan Gonzalez.
Juan. I'm not going to get into it yet because we haven't looked at the recap results for the week, but this week has had me feeling some type of way. We'll see what it is. I don't want to spoil anything, but we will... enough beating around the bush. Let's just jump right into the recap and results from the week. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Let's do it. All right, here it is, Juan. The pack final. This is our prediction from before with the final score and results. Let's just go over to what you said here, Juan. Your prediction was a 2-1 victory for the Barons. I said it was going to be a 2-0 victory for the Franciscan Barons. The results, turn to the next page. The Barons are your pack champions. Juan.
Hey, that's probably good for me. I got that score. I'm excited to see what
that is true. Let's look back at that. 2-1. 2-1. Juan got it exactly right. Hey, if we were still going into the playoffs, let's do this. If we do this next year as well, we'll consider all the way up until we're done playing. Literally, we could go to the NCAA tournament and go a couple rounds and actually go through it. I think that's what we should do next year, not just the regular season. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Juan. That's awesome that you got the exact score right. It's the first time at a pack final. That's sick. Maybe you were there. Walk me through the game a little bit. Obviously, we're going to dump into the video of it, but just walk me through a little bit of it just briefly.
All right. I'm gonna create a scene. I'm gonna paint the picture.
Okay, I'm ready.
You walk in. It's Trinity Health System Field. Millions of people are there. Wow. Millions. Wow. Up on the hill. They're packing the hill. They're packing the bleachers. Packing the fence. People, all smiles on their face. People of all ages. There to support our lads, the Barons. Mm-hmm. Screaming, getting loud, getting silly even, getting just so excited. Yeah. And then game begins, right? Wow. It's almost not quiet, but it kind of seems that way. And then it's just, two very talented teams going at it, just kicking the ball, passing the ball, shooting the ball, all that crazy. But, yeah, you can open your eyes.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. But, no, it was really electric there, obviously. It was definitely a nail biter. It was definitely a nail biter, super fun game to watch. I was literally zoned in. I think I forgot to blink, a few times. Mm-hmm. My eyes were getting a little dry. But I don't know, it kind of felt good. And even the people around me that I was watching it with, you don't want to jinx it, but for some reason, you can tell the game was 50-50, but for the most part, we came out on top, and it was just kind of everyone kind of had a sense we knew we were going to win. We were bound to win. But I don't know. Yeah, it was really fun to be there. Any more questions about it?
Yes. Did you get to run on the field too?
I could have, but I decided against it.
Okay. I was going to say.
Yeah, I decided I'll let. I didn't really want to.
Gotcha.
I'll say my hellos to my friends afterwards. So.
Well, look at that.
It's the locker room afterwards for a second.
Oh, yes. Very good. There was that's it. We are 2-time PAC champions in 4 years since we've been in the PAC. Half the time we've been there, we've been PAC champions, which is insane. It's insane to say. Some of these programs haven't won since, I think Grove City hasn't won since 2005. Since in the PAC, they've been to 20. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I feel like they said something like 26 semifinals, and that's insane to not get over that hump. That must be horrendous to experience. Now, it's unfortunate for them, but also very fortunate for us that now we're into the NCAA tournament. We'll get into that a little later about who we're playing and all that jazz and all that information. But for now, I mean, just to celebrate this. This is amazing. Congratulations to every single player on that team. You can now go down in the record books as a pack champion. This is amazing for you. You always celebrate this. This is moments you'll never forget. I remember 2022 when we got to celebrate. I filmed us running on the field, jumping around with the guys, fireworks going off. Like, just being able to celebrate that with Franciscan as a school is really amazing. And even if there weren't a million people there, it feels like it, because all eyes are on you for this amazing event. Please celebrate as much as you guys can. It's just something you don't want to forget. So congratulations again to the entire team, Coach Ridenauer, and we're going to jump over actually to some awards here that we got throughout the pack. So let's jump over that right now. I'm actually just going to turn our cameras off here and jump over to this. We're looking at our first team all-pack. Lucas Cross, Ryan Miller, and Joe St. George. Look at that. I mean, that's 3 amazing guys. We've all had them on the podcast. They've all talked to us about what this season meant to them. I think Joe and Ryan are both seniors. Lucas is a junior. So, we have Lucas for another year, which is amazing. But to see Ryan and Joe have to leave, which is, obviously the season's not over yet. But, to see them, succeed and get that pack championship their senior year just means so much to them, I'm sure. Anything you want to say about these guys in the first team pack? All champion 1.
All solid, very solid men. Ryan Miller, the anchor of the team. He's a captain. Well, in a way, captain. Super, super well deserved. I mean, all 3. Joe St. George playing defense and offense in big games. Super huge for us. Lucas, being the guy up top, scoring the goals, putting it back in the net. Super huge for us. All 3 of these guys definitely super, super well deserving of this award, and help the team in a significant way to win the championship. So, yeah, congrats to those guys.
That's amazing. And that's the first team all-pack, right? But we got 3 more. And the second team all-pack, Aidan Miller, Ryan Miller's younger brother, Julian Freeman, and Zach Muldoon. I really think Zach Muldoon was a huge X factor for us in the back. He created so many plays for us that he was so underrated on this team. I'm so glad that he's gotten some recognition here. He's done it so well. I just feel like because Ryan's back there, Joe's back there, Aiden's back there, and the team is stacked, that not everybody gets their flowers. I'm so glad Zach's able to get this award, as well as Julian up there. He came off an injured season, I think it was last year, to come back and be on this second team all pack is so amazing. Obviously, Aidan being in goal, really contributing to this team under Jax Montone's leadership, as well as coaches, and just really, really cool to see this team get that second team all pack awards. But we're not done yet. We've got the honorable mentions: John Schreiner and Augie Rubino. I believe it said on this website that this means that for the seniors that were picked, which was Ryan, John, and Joe, was that all of them? Ryan, John, Joe. Yeah. Am I missing any more? Is Zach's not a senior, right?
No.
Zach's a junior.
No.
So for those 3 guys, they've gotten some type of all-pack award for the last 4 seasons, which is insane to say that as well. They only joined Leo Herman and I think 2 other people on that list. So to have 3 people join a list of 3 people in a season,
huge for us.
Huge for us, yes. And now, on to our 2 major awards for the year. Coach of the Year, Coach Ridenauer. Congratulations to you, Coach. You've been on the podcast a bunch of times. Great to see you succeed in this. Obviously, amazing coach. You brought this program to where it is to be here. 2 pack championships in 4 years. Incredible. Just give you your flowers. Juan, you want to say anything about Coach?
No, I think it's well deserving, and it looks like he took a lot of the words I had for him on my exit meeting with him my senior year. My one-on-one exit meetings, I gave him a lot of good pointers. So it looks like that helped him out with this award. So.
Yeah, I could see. I remember you were telling me earlier, you told him that they need to play this certain style against this certain team, and he did that, and then they scored 7 or 8 goals versus them. This Coach of the Year award wouldn't have gone to him without you, Juan. So definitely is something to pat yourself on the back for that one for sure.
Yeah, definitely, and I want to stay humble about that one though. But yeah.
True. And then our last award, and we'll talk about something after that, is our Pack Defensive Player of the Year, Ryan Miller. Congratulations, Ryan. That is awesome to see, especially for somebody who not only plays defense but also offense for us. I mean, he's scoring a bunch of goals this year, PK taker, just like incredible to see that, you get those flowers as well. But if you also caught, anything else we want to say before we kind of move on here from Ryan for standpoint?
No, I mean, I'm not really surprised with this award. Ryan's one of the best players I ever shared a field with, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then we'll just jump back here on this page here and open up our faces again. Something I just wanted to talk about really quick was, to my surprise, somebody who didn't get an award, and I kind of want to just briefly talk about this. I won't take too much time on it, but Lucas Cross not winning Offensive Player of the Year. We've said, I think, twice now in our Pack talks here on the Baron broadcast that we were going to protest if Lucas did not win Pack Offensive Player of the Year. It's a little weird. I just from the stats, and I'm not sure how it goes and who's voting for it and things like that, but really think he's snubbed on that one. I know that's going to put definitely a fire under his butt for this NCAA tournament run to prove that he deserved that award. But again, he's still a junior, still got a year to go, still can prove that wrong. I think this is honestly kind of a good thing because it will definitely show up next year for sure when he goes to go against all these teams to show that he is the player that he is. But I did want to voice my concern on that and my frustration that he did not win that. I know he's not the guy to say anything about it, and the team isn't, but I'm not on the team, and I am a third party of this, and I can get to say the things I want sometimes, and I think he was snubbed. That's all. So I think that the Pack does what the Pack does, and we can't change anything about it. But Lucas, just know that we are in defense of you, and I don't want to speak for Juan if Juan doesn't agree with me. But no, I definitely think that you definitely led this team, made it yours this year, as well as some of those seniors. Really, and then obviously just winning the Pack championship is all that matters here moving forward, because you guys were able to put that on your shoulders in here and continue to lace up your boots, which I think is incredible. So congratulations to you, Lucas, for an amazing season. Congratulations to the entire team again for amazing season. Juan, did you want to say anything on anything?
I mean, I know it. We know it, Kenny. The team knows it. Coach knows it. I mean, he definitely probably should have gotten that award, but I mean, he has one more year to get it too. So
sure.
Hopefully, and he definitely has the capability of doing that. So.
Not to snub, again, the actual winner of the award. Congratulations. I mean, that's an incredible award to have. But again, just our opinions versus the Pack opinions. You can't do anything about it. All right, Franciscan weekend results. Here we are. We're looking at our game versus Grove City. It's the only one we got to look at because it's the Pack championship. This is actually, I think, pretty close to our first goal here. We have Ryan Miller going to throw this ball in. I'm just going to take just a look at it because I want to. I think this is going to be a Joe turn to the post. Nope, this is close. This is Lucas. That was close. But Grove City actually had a really good defensive plan against us at the beginning. Just kind of packing it in and then trying to get our counter. But this is our goal right here. This is Joe's going to make a deep cut, pass it in, a little flick around. Julian Freeman just going to put it in, celebrate with the crowd. 4 minutes left actually, in the half. Actually, the counter is counting up. We're going to zoom in on the band. The mascot's going to go crazy. Yeah. But I think all the fans are more to the right side of the field. But anyways.
They're there, I promise.
Where were you at this point, Juan? Were you at the top of the hill?
I was on the fence. Not as towards the right, but on the right side, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, anyways, that was our first goal. And then we go up 2 goals here pretty early. We'll have the halftime interviews there. Right here. Oh, there's a spoiler. No, I wanted to talk about that. Okay, we're going to have a throw in by Aidan Henninger. He's going to throw the ball in. It'll flick off. Corner kick. This is vital. Okay. So this is the build-up to the actual play. Was it Zach or was it Josh Atkinson that threw the ball in here for Aidan? Do you remember?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, Ryan's going to take this kick. He's going to quickly pass it off in the back here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then keep an eye on Aidan here. Quick pass. It's going to be thrown back in. I don't know if they even show. Is this Josh Atkinson? What a play. Boom. Off Aidan. Just perfectly placed. He's going to go hug a couple people, and then he realizes, oh, I'm going to do the thing I do most. Whoop, whoop. Backflip. He's going to celebrate with the rest of the team. Great goal by a great player. Really another staple of that back line. Excited. Blowing a little kiss. To who?
Maybe to mom. I think she might have been there.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
But yes.
Yeah, big family team. We love our families. So shout out to Aidan's family. Shout out to everybody else involved in this play, the Atkinsons. Anyways, there's another goal for us. Going up 2-0 pretty early in the half. And then we don't have to go too far because I believe Grove City is going to go score on us here in a second. I believe it was a corner kick for them. Yeah, right here. Here's the thing. With Grove City, I always hold my breath when they have a set play, like a corner kick, like a free kick, anything that involves them being able to tactically use the ball. I always hold my breath because they always execute it so well. What you're going to see here is Aidan Miller is going to jump to try to hit this ball. He thinks he's fouled. He's going to drop to the ground. And while we're all kind of calling for the ref for a foul and things like that, the ball's just going to trickle past and get hit by a Grove City player. It's going to go right past the line, just barely past, I think, Augie Rubino. And then he's going to play it out, and the ref is going to call that's in. So let's just watch the play here. Ball comes in. Maybe a foul, calling for it. We're watching. Caught off guard. I mean, that's their goal that they got. Now, only a 2 minutes later, we're calling for a foul. I mean, but what can you do about it? Can't do anything about it. You just got to play the rest of soccer the way you play it. Just caught on our heels. And that's basically it. The rest of the game, just playing Barron soccer. 45 seconds left on the clock here. And you see, obviously, at the end.
Wait, can you play it when people storm the field?
Yeah, here. I can actually turn on the audio, too, here. Let's do that.
And they'll lay it off for Jason Davis. They stop the clock with 10. This is your chance, right? Short throw, a turn. Ball deflected. Knocked down by the Barons. They clear it. And it is indeed 2 in 3 seasons. PAC champions, the Franciscan University Barons.
It's funny because we all celebrated together in the middle there. And then they realized everybody was rushing on the field, so they ran into them.
In front of a good crowd here at Trinity Health.
Dom Doyle, shout out to Dom Doyle there. First one on the field. Julian's getting picked up, dragged around.
The pitch, Bob.
They win it 2-1. And they should. A happy celebration. Steubenville, disappointment again. Great year for Grove City, finishing as the runner-up.
The Ryan Miller fat head here.
2-1 victory for Franciscan as they continue to celebrate.
Shout out Leo Herman.
On their own pitch.
Nick Miller.
As they should, Kevin.
Jay Wall.
They finish the PAC slate.
Amazing.
10-0-1 here.
Is that Jack's in the back? I'm not sure where
System
Jack's
Field. And
fireworks going off.
At 13-1 and 5. And they are celebrating.
Some people celebrate on the field.
With some pyrotechnics across
Coach Ridenauer here.
Grove City drops to 12.
Just great to see.
4-3.
Well,
that was it.
That's sick. I have not seen that.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Great to see it. Great to celebrate with the team here.
And they were still a ton of people still like on the fence too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, the crowd looks a little tiny, but still, have people storm a field. At the end, it's fun. It's fun. So, amazing. This is legit now. We are actually going to talk to some special guests. I messed that up last time. This is real. We're going to talk to some special guests now as our next segment. Juan, do you want to give it any hints of who these who these people might be?
Okay, they might or might not be players.
Who knows?
Some have been on before, some haven't. I don't know. Do you have any good hints?
No. So why don't we just jump over to the slide and see who it is?
Let's it's
All right, here's our special guest for today. I'm actually just going to have you guys introduce yourselves. Zach, I'll start with you. Why don't you just go across over to Aidan, and we'll introduce yourselves, guys.
Yeah, I'm Zach Muldoon. I'm a junior.
My name is Ryan Miller. I'm a senior.
Lucas Cross. I'm a junior as well.
Aidan Henninger. I'm also a senior.
Well, it's great to have you guys here. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces as well for the podcast. Excited to have you guys here today. I know you guys are prepping for your game tomorrow against Ohio Northern. It's just great to see you guys, your faces, as always. Yeah, why don't we just start about this? You guys are actually very decorated right now. I was looking over some of the awards you guys are having for the season. Just to mention the all-tournament team. We got Lucas Cross, Ryan, and Aidan. You guys are all tournament team. Zach, you've got a second all-pack team. Lucas, your first all-pack team, and then also Ryan, you are first all-pack team, I believe, and then Aidan also, congratulations on having the game-winning goal of the pack championship. That was insane. I love that. We always talk about your header from Westminster, and then that you did a front flip in front of or back flip in front. Was it front flip or back flip? I don't remember. But in front of our bench, which was awesome, and I thought that was hilarious. And I love your back flips, so keep doing them. Yeah. Anyways, just walk me through this season, guys. What you guys have looked for the entire season, what you try to improve on, and just all around this pack play. Just tell me about it.
Yeah, I think a really big emphasis this year compared to past years has just been bodying up and winning those 50-50 balls, especially in the midfield, off our goal kicks, off their goal kicks, our punts, their punts. That's been a huge emphasis this season. That's really helped us.
Yeah, Coach, he always preaches just be competitive, just everything that we do at practice and obviously in the games. And I think that translates a lot. Like, we don't necessarily have the prettiest wins all the time. They're pretty scrappy, especially when it comes to the playoff time. So that just competitiveness that we all have and that we've all built on has really been just huge for it's the reason why that we're here still. So it's just big.
Yeah, I think one big difference this season has been on our defense. I know Coach has talked a lot about it certain times, especially to us. I think starting in preseason and the whole year, it's been about how can we defend, how can we get shutouts. And I think if you look at our goals against number this year, it's about half from last season. We've scored about the same amount of goals, so I think because we've halved our goals against is probably the biggest reason why we were able to win the pack this year and play in the NCAA tournament. So I think that's been the biggest difference this year. I think the focus has been there on our team defense and how we're going to not let the other team score because we know we're going to be able to get goals from our attack. So I think that's been the most impressive thing from us this year. And certainly, I knew going this year, I knew if we were able to play better defense this year, then we'd have a great chance to win the conference, and we did that. So very thrilled with that.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with what Ryan said. But I also think this year was just everyone kind of bought into the same game plan, which was a big help. We all just had we knew we were going to win the pack. There was really no other option. So I think that's really what got us here. Just all being like-minded, wanting the same thing.
That's great. Juan, it's all you.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I want to know about this week. So I know you guys had off Monday. But I want to know, like, this week, obviously, preparing for tomorrow's game. What it was like at practice in Steubenville, and then I know you guys traveled to Denison today, had a training session there today. But what has this week been like? What's like kind of been the mood on the team and on the field, I guess?
I think this week, I think the best word I can use to describe it is excited. I think after winning the pack, we're all very thrilled with that, obviously. Then the attention turns to the NCAA tournament, and I think ever since Monday when we had the selection show, finding out who we would play, I just think it's been a lot of excitement from all of us because it's a special opportunity, and it's not one that we get every year. Obviously, the goal would be to get it every year, but it's not a given for sure. And so I think we've just all been very excited by the prospect of being able to play in this tournament and be able to compete against really good teams from other conferences. And I think, it's just very fun to have a trip like this where we get to go play two great teams and just see how we match up against some of the other great teams in our region. So it's a really special opportunity for us.
Yeah, I'll say just our training sessions this week, we really just focused on us for Monday or Tuesday and Wednesday, just to fix anything we need fixed and just get better just as a team and less worry about our opponent this weekend. And then obviously the last 2 days we've worried more about Ohio Northern, but it's just been a great week of training. And then in comparison to when I was a freshman in the tournament, I wouldn't necessarily say we were kind of just, it was the first time ever going. We were playing Messiah, like one of the top teams in the country. We were almost kind of just like happy to be there. But this year there's a different feel to it. Like we know we can compete with these teams, and we're just gonna come out and show it tomorrow. So we're excited.
That's awesome. I think that really stems back from your guys' we were trying to figure out this earlier. It's considered the pre-conference play, basically. It's not preseason, but it's pre-conference play. You guys had a really stacked schedule. I mean, you played number 5 in the country at the time, Kenyon. Playing against teams like Capital, as well as some Mount Union. I mean, really stacked up some good teams to play against. And those actual teams have played against Ohio Northern. So you have some film that we can watch and look into that is we can reference directly to our play and how we played against them. And we talk about it a little bit later, but how you guys stacked up. I mean, you guys just had a bit of an advantage when we tied Capital this year. And they lost to Capital this year. So, I mean, on paper, it really looks like Ohio Northern and Franciscan are even match, but obviously nothing to take lightly. But it also helps that you guys did play Grove City in the Pac final, which is another kind of mirrored-like team, which I think is important to see. But, with you guys coming now up to the conference NCAA tournament here. Obviously, you guys are at Denison. You guys are playing Denison in the pod. Tell me what it's like. I mean, going to the NCAA tournament here, preparing for your game tomorrow. What's actual in-depth steps are you guys taking for this game tomorrow, and then obviously for the future after that?
Yeah, I think we all definitely realize that it is truly a blessing to be here, but I don't think we're treating this that much different than any other game. Like It's a very full team. Like you said, we're pretty even on paper. They have a very similar playing style to us, and I think we can definitely take it to them. I really believe in us as a team, and I know we can win tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. It's pretty much the same as preparing for any other game. It's also kind of helpful with having coached there for 20 plus years, however long it was. So it's like he's really good at preparing us for games in general. And then when it comes to a team that he's had so much experience with, it helps a lot getting ready for them.
That's awesome. Juan, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I mean, I'm excited for you guys, but I don't really have any questions. Just got to be there tomorrow to root for you guys. And yeah, I mean, I was saying earlier, actually, when we were recording earlier, like, I think in the bigger picture, we are kind of the underdog, just because ONU in their history, they've are more successful than we have. Our program has ever been, but just like watching you guys play the season and even being able to watch some of your guys' practices, and then looking at stats for ONU, it's very, very winnable game. It's not really like Messiah, because like they're usually number one, but like I know if you guys all play together, you guys all play your best game, then it's gonna be great. So I'm excited.
Last thing, very briefly, I want each of you to tell me your favorite moment, your favorite play from this current season up till the tournament here.
My favorite play from this season is Ryan's goal against Geneva.
I mean, I probably would say the same. I don't know. Probably say the same as Zach.
I guess I'll switch it up and just say the final whistle against Grove City in the final.
Yeah, mine's definitely that one corner kick play that we had in the back bottom. I got the score off for sure.
Love it. Well, thanks, guys. Get some much-needed rest. I'm sure today's practice was a lot of fun. From the practice I remember from 2022, it was a lot of fun. But I'm sure it was a lot of fun today at Denison. I'm actually driving up tomorrow morning very early. I'm going to be there for you guys in person, so excited to see you guys. But I guess go win us a couple more games.
Don't go in the jacuzzi.
Don't go in the jacuzzi. I don't know.
Coach is going to be really upset.
True. That is true, I guess. But thank you guys again for being here. And like I said, go into some games.
Awesome. Thanks, Kenny. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys. Alrighty, everybody. This is the Franciscan prediction. Basically, it's kind of a weird hybrid now because we're just going into the tournament play. We're going to give our predictions, but we're going to be looking at our opponent for the NCAA Division III Men's Soccer Championship tournament, which is great. So you're kind of seeing the tournament bracket here. One thing you want to notice here right in the middle, something kind of cool. Championship is played in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is kind of cool. But if you look way down here in the little highlighted purple that I have right here, you see Franciscan University. And here's a little bit of a spoiler here, but we're playing Ohio Northern. We've got them. They were a team who we kind of are familiar with a little bit. But let's just jump in here about who Ohio Northern is. ONU earned an at-large bid in the NCAA tournament with a 7-1-1 OAC record. The OAC consists of a couple teams we know, Capital, who else is in there? Marietta College, I think, is in there. Wilmington, just to name a few. Mount Union. Audubon, yep. Audubon actually ended up being the winner of the OAC tournament this year and is also in the NCAA tournament.
And Muskingum is in that.
Oh, shout out Muskingum. We love them. They hosted Otterbein in the OAC semifinal last Thursday. They were able to beat them in the regular season 3-1. ONU was, but the Cardinals, who are Otterbein, were able to defeat them in a shootout after a 1-1 tie. Yes, this is the 13th time that they've made the NCAA tournament, the third season in a row. Last season, they advanced in a shootout over Lynchburg in the first round, and then took down number 1 Messiah 1-0 in the second round. So they're a very good team, and they have a lot of seniors. We'll get into that in a little bit. But they fell 1-0 to Colorado, number 16. And then their longest run in the NCAA tournament came in 2012 when they were the national runner-up. Here's the thing. This is very familiar because we know who the head coach of this team was. We'll get into that in a second. Here's how we compare briefly to the Polar Bears. The Barons and the Polar Bears have played 5 common opponents this year, which is kind of crazy to say because we're kind of, I guess it's Ohio, but we play some teams that are close to us. But both of our teams have played Muskingum and Marietta. We both beat them. We both tied Capital and lost to Mount Union. But we have an edge where we have tied number 5 Kenyon. I don't think they're number 5 anymore. I think they're further back. But the Polar Bears lost to Kenyon in their game. So in the matchup, yes, It looks even. However, I will say I looked into the box scores of these things. It looks like ONU has a little bit of an edge statistically over us, but it's just, again, comes down to how many shots they're taking, how many defensive plays they're making, things like that. I just noticed that, again, it only really matters what the end of the score is on the scoreboard. But Juan, do you want to say anything here before we kind of jump over to the coaches?
No, I haven't really watched anything of ONU, so, but except for what we just talked about with their scores against the teams that we've played, so it looks pretty. If you look at it that way, we looked pretty evenly matched, but you never know. Tomorrow's gonna be a different day, so
100%.
we'll see.
We'll see how the what do we call it? The out of season conference play, out of PAC play, conference play. I don't know. There's terminology that we should be using, but before the PAC play, we stacked our kind of that part of our season with some really good teams, and ONU did as well. So obviously that helps get to the NCAA tournament. Anyways, the coaches. This is why we're familiar with ONU. Franciscans coach Brent Ridenauer, who's been on the podcast many times before, brings a bunch of experience to the Barons, and through that experience, he is actually facing up his alma mater. So Coach Ridenauer actually played at ONU and coached there for many seasons. I think he was 21 seasons, it says right here, and he won 308 games. Which is incredible. We're also looking at he is they've only had 3 coaches since 1975, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers. It says I pulled this off of our website, which is hilarious. So shout out the Pittsburgh Steelers, I guess. So he is he's got the most wins for Ohio Northern in school history, and then also on October 4th. At Westminster of this year, Coach Ridenauer became the 8th current NCAA Division III head coach that eclipsed 350 wins. So congratulations, Coach, again. Coach of the Year. You know how it goes. And this is his 25th consecutive season with a record of 500 or better. Ohio Northern is coached by Chris Matejek. Butchered that last name. Who is in his 6th season at the helm. He's won 69 games thus far, won the OAC championship in 2023, so once. And then he was the captain of the 2012 national runner-up team that was coached by actually Coach Ridenauer. So familiar faces all around. And then he was also named All-American by D3Soccer.com, OAC midfielder. Coach Ridenauer, actually, while he played at ONU, was his 3rd in career goals there. Was first when he obviously graduated, but 2 people have eclipsed him. And then he coached the 2 guys that followed up his coaching, which is pretty cool. But anything you want to mention there, Juan, before we move on to basically the 2024-2025 ONU team?
No, yeah, just that their coach now. I'm not gonna try to say his name, but Brent. You might have said this, but Coach Brent coached with him for 5 years too. He was the assistant coach to Coach Brent for 5 years at ONU as well. So they know each other. Brent knows him as a player and an assistant coach. So,
like I said, familiar faces. So this is gonna be a really cool game to be at. I'm actually gonna be there, and Juan is too. I'm traveling up for this game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We're making the journey.
Yep, little travel. Let's look at their actual season this year. They've played 20 games, scored 54 goals, and goals is 2.7 a game. Shot is 0.158%. Shots and goals 17.1. Shots per game, 17.1. And then GAA is 0.94. You're looking at it's really small. I should have made this bigger. 13-3-4 overall record, and an in-conference 7-1-1. The one loss came against, I believe, Mount Union? I think. Yes, we talked about that earlier. We both lost to Mount Union. And then away, they're 5-2-2, and at home, they're 8-1-2. They haven't played any neutral games, so I didn't put it up here. But interesting to see that, obviously their record's 5-2-2 on the road versus 8-1-2. Obviously more games at home, but something to take note of. Something here I wanted to point out: a lot of seniors. They've got a lot of people also scoring goals. Not like how we have like a Lucas, Ryan, a Julian up there with like a couple, like almost in double digits, all of them. But a lot of unselfish play here. You're seeing that a ton of goals, a ton of assists on this team. And I mean a ton. When I say a ton of assists, I mean a ton of assists. They have 15 active seniors, 15 different goal scorers, 15 different players who have assisted, 2.6 assists per game, which is 14th in the nation. Goal differential is 35, which is also 14th in the nation. Total assists is 52, which is 11th in the nation. And they also have 3 different PK takers. Something just to keep an eye on. Obviously, they're an unselfish team. They pass the ball. When you think they're going to shoot, they're going to pass it again and get that assist. It's just something to keep an eye out on. Games, like I said, they have 20. In conferences, 9. Keep going down here. This is actually their best player, Ryan Summerfield. I think that's how you pronounce his last name too. Sommerfield. Summerfeld. I'm not going to try it anymore. Number 13 on ONU. These are his stats here, just to take a look at them a little bit. He's got 23 points in the OAC. Shots, he's got 40. And in conference, he's got 18. And then just something to note, most goals. Again, that's kind of where he is at the top here, most goals, and he's got 7 assists, which also leads his team in both goals and assists. So he's going to pass it off, but he's also going to take those shots too. Something to keep an eye on here. But that's basically ONU. This is their team. A lot of seniors. This is 4 years of them building out. This team has been to the NCAA tournament, like he said, like I said a couple minutes ago. A lot of times, 3 times in the last 3 seasons. Something to keep an eye on. These guys are prepared for it. We've been once in the last 3 seasons because we won the PAC championship in 2022. So some of the guys were able to play in that first game. We actually played against Messiah, which was pretty good. But that's basically it. Anything else you want to point out here that you see before we jump into our predictions?
No, I think you covered it all.
Alrighty. Here we are. Franciscan representing the PAC, ONU representing the OAC, round 1 of the NCAA tournament. Juan, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first here?
I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay. I have just looked at a lot of some film. Some of the teams that ONU have been playing, as well as we've played, I think were pretty even teams, pretty close even on a lot of things. ONU has a little bit of an advantage where they know Coach Reinauer's style of play, which obviously we've adapted because they are used to it, especially as their assistant coach knows. However, Coach Reinauer also has the experience of ONU and knowing, obviously, I'm sure he's kept up with some of their games as being a previous coach. I know, I've watched some film on them too. I think, obviously, I'm going to pick the Barons to win this game. I want them to win. Would be fantastic. I'm trying to, in my head, figure out what the score is going to be because in the bracket, if you look, it's Denison and another team. I forget their name right now, but I think they're from Indiana. I'm assuming Denison's going to win that game. So the winner of this game will most likely play Denison. Denison's also the host of this, so it's definitely going to be crowded for that game. Man, this is going to be a close one. I really do think this is going to be a close one. They're averaging a decent amount of goals. We're an offensive powerhouse. Defensively, we're also pretty good, solid. All of our players should be there. No real health scares, knock on wood. I'm going to go a 2-1 victory for the Barons. That's my pick. We move on to Denison and my other pick, technically, after this. So that's it. That's my pick. What do you got, Juan?
Okay, so with all of that being said, so I'm going to go with the Baron win as well. I've been able to talk to some of the guys this week just as they prepare for this matchup. I feel like we're kind of the underdogs in a way, just because ONU is a lot more familiarized in the D3 soccer world than us, for sure. But I think our players are ready for this competition. They love competition. They're ready to run through a brick wall. They're excited for this matchup. Probably the most exciting game for them, really. Probably most of these guys will ever play in their career. So they're definitely ready. They're not just going to come out soft. Thankfully, shout out to Grove City in Geneva. They gave us great competition at the end of the season to prepare for a game like this. I'm actually going to go. So, Barron win. But I'm going to say PKs. I think it's going to go into PKs, and I think we're going to win 5-4 in PKs.
5-4 PK. Okay, what you have to? I'm assuming you have to guess the score. Are you saying 0-0 into PKs?
Oh, okay. For the normal game, I'm going to say 1-1.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot the part.
No, you're good. You're good. And then PKs,
And then,
you're going to go all. Okay, I like this. Okay, so you're going to go 5-4 in PKs.
And the reason for this pick is because I just think it's so crazy that we got LNU that I feel like this game is it's just bound this game is bound to go to the final kick. So I just think it's crazy that we got LNU.
You should go 11-10 and make it go down to the keepers.
I don't know. I think that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be 1-1. Yeah.
Wow,
that's kind of that's more of what I hope it is. I think it'd be kind of fun that way.
I hope it's 45-0 us. But I mean, no, I think it would be. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be definitely a close game. We match up well. It's just going to be who can execute better, who can create. ONU is very good on set plays too. I was watching a little bit of their film. They're able to complete these balls that are perfect, put right in the PK spot. Dude, it's a lot of what we do still, obviously because Coach Ridenauer, but a lot of that's adapted by the original school who did it, who's had years to practice this. So it's, again, that experience comes into it. I just think that these guys on our team have a little bit of an edge you don't see on any other teams. There's a chip that's on our shoulder that we are here to play, and especially to play for Coach Ridenauer against his alma mater, to help our team beat them would be incredible for the program. So again, that's my pick. That's your pick, Juan. Anything you got to say before we listen to our outro and pull the plug in this episode?
Nothing.
Excited to see you soon.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Thank you everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about it. And hopefully, cross our fingers, we'll have a few more episodes for you here coming up soon, and to more NCAA play. Thanks.
Alrighty.
Bye. Bye.